Heyo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bench Podcast. Joey here. Derek Vu and Terrell Thorogood joining me today for this super wild card weekend recap, and it lived up to its name. It was one of the craziest weekends of playoff football I can remember. Almost every game came down to final drives and fourth quarters and comebacks and big time quarterback play, but almost everything came down to that. And except for the Steelers game, that was quite the blowout. But everything pretty much came down to the wire, and it was just it was. If you love football, it was a great weekend for you. If your team lost, obviously, not as great as a weekend. And I'm sitting here in mourning, and I want to ask respectfully that you take it easy on me, like Adele said, go easy on me.
Hell
Eagles are one and done, and these two fuckers are wearing their team's hat.
Right.
Just
as I
rubbing my face in it. I want to call out AJ as a coward for skipping this show and not showing up after the Eagles lose. So AJ, if you're listening to this, fuck you, bro. Make me take grenades in here by myself.
He blames the kids' bedtime. So way to really really hide behind your kids.
Just kidding. AJ's taking care of his family. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. All right, guys, let's start into this chronologically. We'll start in that Saturday morning game, Rams, Panthers. And listen, I watched every game except this one as far as like was there for kickoff, sat down, watched kickoff to the end of the fourth quarter, except for this game, because honestly, I thought the Rams were just going to run away with it. And that's kind of what it was looking like to begin with. The Panthers had erased a deficit. I mean, it looked like it was over a couple times, especially right off the bat. Puka Nacua comes out, doing his thing. Stafford's doing his thing. And there's some big-time performers. Go ahead and share those with us, Derek.
Yeah, in a game that no one really thought would be close, ended up being probably one of the best games of the weekend. Bryce Young, welcome to the playoffs, baby. 264, a touchdown, also a rushing touchdown in there. He was throwing it to his main target, actually, Jalen Coker. Everyone thought that would be the leading target. Yeah, of course. 9 catches, 134 yards, and a touchdown. Teteroa McMillan, a modest rookie debut, 5 catches, 81 yards. On the other side, what can you say? The MVP, Matt Stafford, 3 touchdowns, 300 yards. Puka Nacua, his favorite target, my least favorite person in the NFL. 111 yards, 10 catches, and a touchdown.
Yeah, listen, I mean, kind of all the usual characters for the Rams, but it's cool to see Bryce Young. We'll talk about Bryce Young here in a second, but it's cool to see Bryce Young show up and kind of lead his team back into this one. Had a pick early, but bounced back nicely from that. Like you said, Jalen Coker. I think that Coker and Tet combo really could be something going down the stretch here, as long as we don't get any more of those 65-yard passing games from Bryce Young. We'll see. We'll talk about Bryce Young. But 4 lead changes in the fourth quarter, ties a playoff record. It was that kind of came down the stretch. And it was Matthew Stafford down in the clutch, game-winning TD drive when it mattered most. Kobe Parkinson coming up with that big-time catch. Hopefully awesome. AJ Brown's taking notes on that. Kobe Parkinson goes up and gets it. And Rams did what we thought they were going to do. It's if you can, we all hate moral victories, right? But it's a moral victory for the Panthers in my book. And yet we all want to see the Rams move forward here. We don't want to get them one and done against the Panthers. At least I don't. But Terrell, talk to me. Takeaways from this one. We all called Rams, by the way, on this one. No one called Panthers on this one.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I was saying this before that if there was a game to pick an upset, it would have been this game. The Panthers would pull off the upset, but I was rooting so hard for them not to win because I would have been sick to my stomach just as a fan. I know there's some that are like, oh, I want to root for the underdog, but you can't back into the playoffs. Like you can't lose your must-win game and still get in, and then get the playoff win. Like you shouldn't be there. You deserve to be there. You were 8-9 this year. Like so, it works out for them because they get to taste the playoffs. They get to know what it was like to be in the final 2 minutes of the game with a chance to win a playoff game. Yeah. So I think experience is going to go well for them. Jalen Coker he's knocked Xavier Legette out as the 1 and 2, or as the 1 potential. The Ted McMillan, Jalen Coker, I think they're the 1 and 2 now. in Carolina. Xavier Legette, his days are numbered. That rookie contract's up, and he's out of there. So, and Bryce Young, this was probably his best game as far as the lights being bright and everything. We saw him a couple times this year on Thursday night. Saw him in the Monday night game against the Niners. The lights being big, he showed up and he put them in a chance to win the game. Now, look, the last drive at the end, horrific play call. You only need a field goal. You only need a field goal, and we'll talk about this with the Jags too. The same way. Just why are you playing like there's 10 seconds left and you need a Hail Mary? I think the play calling down the stretch didn't help the Panthers in that game because I think this game very well should have went to overtime. The way they were moving the ball against the Rams defense. So I mean, kudos to the Panthers for giving us a good game because we thought this was going to be a BTA game, and it was not that. For the Rams, this defense, it makes me nervous to see Bryce Young just carve them up. Like if we saw what the Bears did against the Packers, we'll talk about that game too as well. But I mean, you can't be Swiss cheese and win a Super Bowl. I think I'm nervous if I'm a Rams fan on the way the defense performed in this game. But I mean, it was fun. It was definitely fireworks. Puka went off, the dime to Parkinson at the end. Great ball game, but the defensive performance scares me going into the next round.
Derek, I was thinking you've obviously watched the Rams probably closer than Terrell and I have, just because you live in that NFC West. Yeah. How are we feeling about the Rams right now, man? Because I feel like they have really been up and down our power ranking radar. Like they've been like, undisputed best team in the league. They didn't finish the season well. Now they get taken down to the wire by the Panthers. Like confidence level in the Rams right now.
I will say, I did think that they were the best team in the league, and losing that 16-point lead to Seattle has really struck something. Okay. Yeah, so they follow it up with a loss to Atlanta. They had to take the tanking Arizona Cardinals to the fourth quarter. And then this one, 4 lead changes. Are you kidding me? This is the same Bryce Young at home who threw for 54 yards against the Seattle Seahawks. And this guy was kind of, he was giving them the business, so to speak. Dude, the last touchdown to Jalen Coker, that was awesome. It was like a fadeaway throw, corner of the end zone, Jalen Coker. That was awesome. But I do have a goddamn problem with the Carolina defense on that last Rams drive because Matt Stafford went 6 of 7 when the one incomplete was a drop. Okay. And it wasn't like he was particularly diming these passes up. They were like hook routes, very short, intermediate routes, nothing crazy. The Parkinson one, dime, totally. All the way, right? Back shoulder, only place where Parkinson can catch it. But the rest of them were just like 10 yards and in. What kind of defense was that with your season on the line?
Yeah. I do think the Panthers did him some favors down the stretch. Another thing I want to bring up is the special teams of the Rams has been a problem all year long. And it was a problem here again today. A blocked field goal? Is that what it was?
Block punt.
A block punt led to a Panthers TD. I think all the way back to the Eagle game early in the year, blocked field goal led to loss of the game. And we've kind of seen this throughout as kind of just consistently for the Rams special teams. So you got special teams problems, you got a leaky defense, and let's be honest, an offense that kind of slowed down or was slowed down a little bit by Panthers defense that just a year ago was like historically bad. My confidence level, I think, has dropped significantly down to like the 6-7 range. Wow. Moving forward. Didn't do it on purpose, I promise.
Yeah, you said yourself.
I know, right? But yeah, I'm just not as confident as I once was of this Rams team. If you would have told me that, they're going to the playoffs with a battered Seahawks, a battered Niners team, a Seahawks team led by Sam Darnold, and a Bears team that's honestly, it's all house money, I would have thought, the Rams 100%. Put all my money on the Rams coming out of the West or coming out of the NFC, but I'm just not there now with this Rams team. Let's talk about the Panthers moving forward. Bryce Young. Simple question, guys. Is this your guy going forward? Like, how do you evaluate this guy?
Look, the Panthers are going with him, right? They extended his contract keeping him for
Did
One
they?
more
I don't
year?
think they.
one more year.
Oh,
They just picked up his
okay.
option, right?
The
Yeah.
option. Okay.
I mean, look, I think it's
Wait,
fair.
wait,
I
wait.
think it's fair.
Okay, how much? But okay, how much of a vote of confidence is? Hey, we're not going to extend you, but we're going to pick up your option because first round quarterbacks don't get their option picked up; they get an extension at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, this
I
is
mean, how
year
much of a
3,
vote
right?
of confidence is that?
This is year 3, so usually the extension comes after year 4. You just have to make the decision on the option earlier. He hasn't shown like that he's going to be that number 1 pick coming out of the draft.
Yeah,
But he's shown some toughness. Like at this point this season, would you take him or CJ Stroud, who was taken right after him?
Bryce Young right now,
Right?
man.
You got to take Bryce Young. Like
Yeah.
he's shown the toughness.
Yeah, we're
To hang in there, make the throws. I mean, CJ Stroud just hasn't shown us anything. I know, Terrell, how you feel, but
I feel like CJ Stroud's gonna get his ass kicked on this show today.
I mean,
I like the way Bryce Young plays quarterback. Honestly, he plays like a little point guard or something. Like I feel like he plays quarterback like Steve Nash, kind of just like dinking and dunking and throwing from different weird like angles and kind of like working around his line of sight, deficiencies, aka his being short.
Short.
He doesn't make excuses for it, like Tua.
Yeah, that too. I mean, I don't know. I think obviously you pick up the option. But as of now, I wouldn't pay this guy. As of now, I'm writing out the contract and I'm starting to make plans. Like, okay, it's at least a competition moving forward. This is not the guy to me. I mean, he hasn't ever shown that like top end play for an extended period of time. And I think that's where I make my decision.
No, I mean, he's in the bottom third of quarterbacks. He's threw for just over 3,000 yards this year and a 47 QBR, 22nd amongst quarterbacks. So, I mean, he had a very, mid is the best way to say how his season went. So, no, I think you definitely pick up an option on him. I don't think you commit to him quite yet at quarterback. I mean, he got benched last season for Andy Dalton. So, no, I definitely don't. I definitely don't see you going all in on Bryce Young. You still went 8-9 this year, so you very well you were depending on a team who was ineligible for the playoffs to get you into the playoffs. So I wouldn't go all in on this guy.
Okay, moving forward here, the Rams are going to play the Bears in Chicago. Keep an eye on that hand of Matthew Stafford. I think it came back as a sprained hand or something. What was it? Was the official
sprained finger?
Sprained finger. Going into Chicago, check the weather. It's going to be below 20. Chance of snow. Stafford has already had a couple of games in the cold where he wasn't quite the same guy, and so I think that's such a bad draw for them. I think Bears still in that number 2 seed is already paying dividends with the Rams having to go there. So keep an eye on that. Let's talk about those Bears now. Bears, Packers, in the trilogy, the conclusion of the trilogy that we all it's lived every single game these guys have played has lived up to the hype. It's been fun. It's been late game heroics, big plays, the stars coming up, like everything you want out of this series so far. We've gotten it. Bears come out on top of this one, 31-27. Derek, go ahead. Who showed up in this one?
Yeah, so Jordan Love, has another brilliant playoff game. 323 yards, 4 TDs, 0 picks, and still loses. Romeo Dobbs, 8 catches, 124 yards, 1 TD. He's just a performer. He's not a big name. He's just got a big helmet.
Free agent.
Yeah.
That's a big helmet he does.
On the other side, the Cardiac Bears, Caleb Williams, 361 for 2 TDs and 2 of maybe the worst interceptions I've ever seen in the playoffs. And officially, Colson Loveland has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. I had picked him in one of my keeper leagues, and I was waiting for him to do anything until I dropped him. So now I don't get to keep him next year. He's got 8 catches, 137 yards, 15 targets, which I think is really the important part there. I just can't believe the Bears came back and won this one. Just complete meltdown by the Packers, honestly. That's the only way to describe it. You got 21-3.
Yeah, 21-3. I mean, Chicago had 6 points late in the third quarter. Like, you see, they ended up with 31. Like, they did this almost entire thing in the fourth quarter. And it's to the point now, like, where if you're ahead, you're living in fear. And you're almost like, here it comes. I know it's there. I know it's coming. And sure enough, to put up that many points in the fourth quarter, the big plays down the stretch, the offense over there in Green Bay getting very, very conservative as far as like trying to push the ball downfield, and yet not really running the ball effectively or at all very much. Only 3 times in the third quarter, a lot of 3 and outs, and just allowed the Bears to work their way back into this one. And that cardiac Bears name, like it's a thing now. It's something we'll always remember about this season. And I think they got a little magic, man. They got a little magic. Terrell, I mean, right? Do you believe in them yet?
I don't believe in the Bears whatsoever. I mean, look, if you are in the scriptwriter conspiracy, this is definitely up there. This game is 100% up there, and you can't.
This is what you
like,
live for.
It wasn't that the Packers were just simply up 21-3. It was Ben Johnson going up for it on 4th down in their own territory, like 4th and 6 from like the 30-yard from their 30-yard line. It was plays where like
the 32,
the 32-yard line, like
4th and 5.
4th and 5 from the 32. It doesn't make sense. 10 times out of 10 you punt that ball unless it's the end of the game, and you're doing that on your like second drive of the game. You have 2 4th downs that end, I think, in interceptions or one interception, one incompletion. I just think like it was a weird first half decision making by the Bears, almost just set up like, hey, we're gonna look like ass for the first half, and then all of a sudden turn it on. It is a weird game. No, I don't believe in the Bears whatsoever. It looked like they were doing a little too much. And then the Packers let their foot off the gas 100%. I mean, I think trying to, feed Josh Jacobs the ball, and not trying to feed him the ball in the second half, kill some clock, take some time off the clock in this game, just chucking the ball around. I think was, the dagger there for them. I mean, Jordan Love 3 touchdowns in the first half. He was balling. I just don't think they were running the types of plays to get, either Love out of the pocket, get him doing exactly what he was doing in the first half. Just completely different game here. And we'll talk about LaFleur here in a minute, but the kudos to the Bears. They pull it off. I have a love-hate relationship with Caleb Williams. I love him. He played for USC, hate him with the Bears. I can't. Too up and down. And then I don't know, the cheese grater after the game. It was
I love it, man.
I look. This is why I love the NFL significantly more than the NBA now, because teams hate each other now. Like bring back heated rivalries in sports. We definitely need this. But no, this game lived up to the hype. The trilogy lived up to the hype. It was great football as a fan. We'll talk about the Packers here too. I think you got to take a hard look at LaFleur. I mean, to finish, they're 9-7-1 this year.
Yeah, and they look like Super Bowl favorites.
Like he was. Yeah, they finished. I think he's finished 9-8 or 9-7-1. 3 of the last 4 seasons. I mean, you've squeaked into the playoffs the last few years. I don't know. He hasn't been wow. The Packers haven't been wow. They haven't been in control of that division. Hardly ever. I don't know. We got to take a hard look at LaFleur as what he's done in Green Bay.
Let's talk about LaFleur. But let's wrap with these Bears because I want to see what Derek has to say about the Bears if he's as pessimistic as you are.
I hate that this win exonerates Ben Johnson's 4th down play calling.
Okay, never mind. No, he's just
fucking guy.
Thank you.
Like, this is a game I'm watching from my phone, like the ESPN play-by-play. Yeah. I see 4th and 5 from the 32, the Chicago 32. That's ridiculous.
I love how you text the group chat for confirmation. Like, am I seeing this shit?
Yeah. I was like, did I read this right? And then the other one where he throws the interception, you're like inside, I want to say the 10 or the 15. And it's, I think, 21-6 at that time. Just take your fucking points, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm so tired of people saying, like, dude, what if we go for it? If you don't get it, you're just opening up the other team to get back momentum to, like, close you out of this game, right? And that's the whole reason of, like, just taking the points. And I get it. It's a little bit conservative, right? But, like, there's nothing wrong with getting some the momentum swing. It's just that was ridiculous. Like this win just exonerates them. No one's gonna talk about it anymore.
No one
except
has.
us,
I haven't heard it.
No,
Just
Ben
I'll put
Johnson,
the clip out there.
Yeah, what a great coach. Yeah, great guy, great hire by the Bears.
Yeah, no, I agree with you guys. Even watching the game, you're like, they're killing their own momentum because, like in the playoffs, if you can put together a drive where it gets you in the red zone, that's momentum. 3 points on top of that, like okay, you've secured some momentum. And I talk about that end of the third quarter. They kick a field goal at the end of the third quarter and a field goal to get them going in the fourth. They stop going from fourth and kick field goals, and just like that, they're rolling. Yeah. Just like that, like they're dropping a ton of points just because they kill their own momentum. Like you got to bail the defense out, and put points on the board, and you're moving. In turn, that's putting pressure on the Packers because you're scoring, you're inching closer and closer. And I can only hope that like getting away with something like that will teach you. Like hopefully, like he's a rookie coach too. Maybe down this like as we go through the playoffs here, like to maybe not be so aggressive in those moments and just build some momentum and like save those calls for when you kind of absolutely have to make them. Like you just don't need to make them that early in the game. Like that on your own 32 is insane to do in a regular season game. It's downright reckless to do in a playoff game. Yeah, for sure.
In Madden because oh man, gotta score.
Caleb Williams now has 7 fourth quarter comebacks this season, most ever by a quarterback under 25. So I feel like I feel like if you took a poll to most NFL fans, it would be split right down the middle. Like a lot of people feeling like Terrell, and a lot of people getting just won over by his late game heroics, despite some of his like boneheaded stuff that's still in his game. But guys, rate 1 to 10 real quick that post game speech by Ben Johnson. Also, did you have a problem with the handshake? Because Packer fans are pissed.
No handshake. No problem with the handshake. The handshake is fine. I think, the post game, dude, all of it. Like, what are we crying about? What are we bitching about?
I love it, man. I love it.
Like, knock it off. Like, you lost the game. Let the coach go at it. Who cares? Kudos to the good job to the Packers.
No.
What a great season.
In case you missed it, Ben Johnson said, "Fuck the Packers, fuck them."
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like,
I love that, man.
Oh, dude, it's great.
I love that.
Sports. This is what rivalries and trilogies are about.
Exactly.
Honestly. Like, and you said we do need these. This is what makes sport great. You beating your rivals, right? Especially in a trilogy, like to get this this game over them. It's just awesome. Yeah. This is what the NFL is about.
Derek, are you signing LaFleur long term if you're Packers management and policy?
I think there's enough coaching candidates out there that it's probably a good idea to move on. Like this Packers team, they've had good rosters, okay, and they just haven't been more than a 9-win team. They did. I think they had the 1 seed a few years ago against the Niners. Yeah, but that's about it. They're hanging their hat on that Dallas win a few years ago.
Yeah.
As a 7 seed, the only 7 seeds to ever win in these expanded playoffs. But I think it is somewhat of an overreaction to move on from LaFleur, but I wouldn't blame them from moving on from LaFleur. There's other guys who have kept their job for whatever reason. Zach Taylor, but I would. I think it would be a good opportunity to move on from LaFleur from this game.
All right, guys, let's go Bills, Jags. Bills pull this one off. More late game heroics, of course, involving Josh Allen. And listen, Trevor Lawrence had a really bad moment at the end of that game that I think is going to cause a lot of people to remember, to not remember a season where he showed some real growth. We'll talk about it. Derek, big performers in this one.
Yeah, I mean, Trevor Lawrence, 3 TDs, only 207 yards and 2 picks. So, take the good with the bad there. ETN had a pretty good game, 67 yards, rushing, 49 yards, receiving, and a touchdown. On the other side, it's Josh Allen, like you said. He's got passing TD, 2 rushing TDs. Yeah. It's just all him on that team.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exactly what we thought we'd see for the Bills. We thought it would be a close game. I don't think anyone thought this. I mean, Derek, you weren't on the show last week, but none of us predicted like a blowout in this game. We knew this was going to be a dogfight. The Jags were coming in 9 straight or something like that. Trevor Lawrence had thrown 1 pick in like 8 weeks. Like they were playing really, really well. The defense can cause some turnovers. Sometimes Josh Allen can be a little reckless. Maybe that's a recipe for disaster. But at the end of the day, when we were picking this game, I originally had the Jags, and then Terrell had the Jags. And AJ kind of just stopped us and said, what are we talking about? It's Josh Allen over there on the other side.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't matter. And I'm glad. Listen, I changed my pick. I changed my pick and changed to the Bills. And that's honestly what it was. It's Josh Allen. It's Josh Allen and doing exactly what we need him to do for the next 4 weeks or 5 weeks or however long.
The thing is, dude, it's not sustainable. Like, you know, like a single superstar does not win NFL Super Bowls. All right. It's great teams win NFL Super Bowls, and the Bills are not a great team. Okay. Yeah. Like just as a unit, it's Josh Allen, and he's got 12 throws to Khalil Shakir for 82 yards. So that's, you know, that average kind of tells you what's going on. The next guy has 3 catches, Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
So like, you know, it's just going to take Jacksonville does have a good defense. You know, I honestly thought they would be able to hold Josh Allen a little bit more. But it's just going to take a good defense to beat the Bills.
Yeah, go ahead, Charles. Go ahead.
No, I mean, look, the Jags proved that they were for real. I think we kind of looked at them and said, okay, nobody's afraid of the Jags. What are we talking about? They're going to be kind of come in one and done. And look, the defense, that the number one run defense, and they showed out. Never allowed a 75-yard rusher all season. And the Bills barely got 79 yards in this game. It did come down to Josh Allen making the plays, but for the Bills, but the Jags had a shot. Like, they had a shot to win this game, and they did not need to. They freaked out and they panicked, and they put the ball in Trevor Lawrence's hands to go win you a game. ETN was the star of this game. I don't know why you don't, continue to get the ball to him. Parker Washington is a stud. I'm glad I scooped him up on my fantasy. Fantasy team. He's unbelievable. I think they definitely should have. They had enough time to even still get some plays to ETN in that game. Just throw some dink and dunks and let him move the ball up the field. You only needed to get in field goal range. And look, you probably could have got to your 40-yard line with Cam Little over there. Could have kicked it from 80 yards. Trevor Lawrence to this game. I think,
damn,
it's tough because he 15 touchdowns, 1 interception in the last 6 games. Yeah. And then he probably should have had 5 picks in this game. They had a lot of drops, dropped interceptions in this game. He was all over the place. His feet weren't set. He wasn't making the right reads in this game. But yeah, I mean, Trevor Lawrence, I think, is the reason the Jags aren't playing, which is tough. I think he's the reason why they got the but he's the reason they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah, it's literally the 2 turnovers by Trevor Lawrence. That's the difference in this one. That's literally the difference here. Difference in quarterback play. Derek, I have more belief than you, man. I think Josh Allen can do this. I think he could do this to every team left in the playoffs. Listen, this Jags team blew out the Broncos. The Patriots, I mean, I guess they're the great unknown left in this playoff, and we'll see about them next week. But and then obviously, I don't think anyone's really afraid of that Texans offense moving forward. I don't know. I'm rooting for it. I guess all we could do is look back and see if he did it or not. But I think it's capable of doing it. Real quick, guys, on the Jags moving forward, we're in a run it back situation, right? There's no need to make any major changes here. Just keep building.
Oh yeah, maybe feature Travis Hunter somehow on either offense or defense. I don't know. The guy that you picked top 5 traded up for.
Could have used him here.
Yeah,
could have used the Travis Hunter.
Yeah. Figure out the Brian Thomas Jr. situation. Keep him, sell him, or do something.
Don't need him at this point. They have a great receiver core.
Yeah, we still forgot about Travis Hunter. We forgot about what Brenton Strange did, but Jacoby Myers and Parker Washington. I mean, those are your 2 studs, and you have Travis Hunter still as well. And you got Etienne's a free agent. You got to figure out a way to get him back.
Yeah, he said in a couple of interviews since that his plan is to come back and resign, and hopefully him and Trevor Lawrence can stay together. They've played so much football together going back to college. Okay, so Jags will move on. Sorry, not Jags. My bad. Sorry, all you Jacksonville fans out there. The Bills will move on and get that rematch against Terrell's Broncos. We'll talk about that one in a second. Now we've come to the part of that show that I've been dreading since 49ers beat the Eagles 23-19. The injury ravaged 49ers advanced. They knock off the defending champs. It makes no sense. It makes no sense on paper. If you're a Niners fan, congrats. It has to feel amazing, as it's a storybook season for you. Just everything you've gone through, and you just keep winning. You just keep winning. I mean, George Kittle goes down with the Achilles injury in this one. They won't have him moving forward. Trent Williams, although he did get away with a hold on that last touchdown by Purdy, came back off an injury himself and played really well. Eric Kendricks makes the game-sealing play. He just thrust into the starting lineup because of their injuries. And listen, man, they won. Props to them. Big time performance in this one. Derek, and I know you won't be mentioning AJ Brown.
yeah. I'm not going to mention the stone hands over there, but on the Eagles, really, you're talking about Saquon Barkley, 106 for 26. Quinyon Mitchell, defending his first team All-Pro nomination. I know there's a few naysayers out there, aka Richard Sherman. Quinyon Mitchell, 2 picks, allows a touchdown for the first time in the season.
Yeah. That's right off the bat. I was like, oh shit, we are screwed. Quinyon Mitchell's giving up. Yeah.
There's 2 good quarterback performances here, and they both come from the San Francisco 49ers. There's going to be Brock Purdy and Jawan Jennings. They combined for 3 touchdowns and 286 yards. Demarcus Robinson has like not the opening play, but the second play of the game, 61 yards. Not sure how he doesn't score the touchdown, but 111 yards, a TD. He's their leading receiver. Kyle Juszczyk just continues to perform as a fullback, a receiving fullback at that. 4 catches, 49 yards, some key first downs. And CMC, what is there to say? Over 100 yards total, 2 touchdowns. I mean, that guy, I cannot believe he's having the season he's having after the injury-riddled season that we saw last year. But kudos to San Francisco. You get to face the number 1 Seattle Seahawks.
Jawan Jennings says that's what he wanted. So I guess they're happy about it.
That guy talk a lot of shit. All right.
He does talk a lot of shit. He talks a lot of shit. It is what it is. Eagles, they scored 19 points against a Niners defense that was starting 2 linebackers off the street and just no Nick Bosa. I don't even think they have their number 1 pick from last year's draft. Was it Michael Williams? I forgot who it was, but they're obviously insanely hurt and just kind of piecing it together. Robert Saleh has done an amazing job there this year. I know Shanahan gets a lot of credit, but Saleh piecing together this defense and just being competitive. A lot of props to him. And the Eagles, man, listen, the offense was the problem, and the offense was the reason they're not playing anymore, the reason they're not moving forward. They weren't able to consistently put together drives. They weren't able to make big plays when they were there. A lot to A.J. Brown early in the game where balls just either hit his hands and fell off or the effort wasn't very good. It's just, I don't know. It was frustrating as an Eagle fan. We've been through it. We've seen it all year. We're not surprised by it. And we got the changes that we demanded all year with Patullo getting fired the next day. Demoted, not fired, because he's Nick Sirianni's best friend. So he'll be in the building still. But thank God he won't be calling plays. Take his headset away, take his key card away, take his parking spot away. That guy gets a timeout for at least 2 years. And listen, Eagles lost the game. That's embarrassing to lose. And there's nothing else Eagle fans can do or the Eagles can do except take it on the chin. Take it on the chin, move forward, and let's find a way to stop the leaking this offseason and have a good season next year, because this season sucked, honestly.
This was definitely a rough season for the Eagles. I mean, look, I came into this season. You guys know how I felt about Jalen Hurts throwing the football. I mean, I said it. I don't think you can win a Super Bowl with him being the guy throwing you the ball and we go, well, look what he did in the Super Bowl, one game last year. Like, no. I want to see him do it for a whole season.
It's literally, but okay.
No.
I just say you can't win the Super Bowl doing it and say, yeah, except for that one game he did in the Super Bowl.
He had a great playoff run last year. I'll say that.
No. I'm talking about a full season. Say, hey, Jalen Hurts, be the guy, throw us down the field, up and down. You can't do it. You can't sustain it. But I think you gotta have Saquon Barkley in the mix, though. I mean, that was the problem the whole season. Was just you couldn't figure out a way to get Saquon going all season long. The play calling was just atrocious. This was abysmal. You have studs. You have studs across the board on that offense in Philly. There's just no reason they should have lost the Niners. Not. I mean, as far as how beat up the Niners was, but I will say my favorite tweet is the Birds got shot down by Glock Purdy. That was my favorite of the whole game.
I can't wait till next week.
Glock.
Man.
Got him with a Glock 30.
I haven't seen a lot of people go at Jalen Hurts for this game or this season, so it's kind of interesting to see you kind of take that viewpoint. I think Hurts did well with what he was given all year long. I think people like you are still trying to compare him to the Joe Burrows of the world. He's not that kind of quarterback, and guess what? He wins more than those kind of quarterbacks. So I'm not really concerned if people are concerned that he's not throwing for 400 yards every game. I don't care. He plays a different brand of football that wins probably more than your quarterback does. So I'm not concerned about Jalen Hurts. I'm not concerned about really any of the personnel, even A.J. Brown. We can't really move off him. So a lot of people are saying, trade him, or you can't. You literally can't. It's going to financially strap you. It's coaching here. I mean, they literally. I watched the film of the drives in the fourth quarter when we had to have it, and it was repeat plays a lot. It was all of the same 2x2 formations. It was the same route concepts. It was guys running parallel right next to each other. It was guys running into. It was terrible play calling. It was predictable play calling. They were in the shotgun. They were under center 7 times in the second half. They ran the ball every time they're under center in the second half. 7 for 7. That's like high school stuff. You're under center, you're going to run the ball. As a high school coach could pick up on that and stop it. I bet Robert Saleh was laughing his ass off with the game plan that Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni came up with. It was so below this franchise. It was so below any NFL franchise. And I don't get putting it on anyone else but the coaching, because we've seen it work with this team. The variable was not Jalen Hurts playing so much worse. The variable was the coaching. And we've even seen that variable rear its ugly head before when Brian Johnson was the OC and Nick Sirianni brought him on. The same thing happened. Go get a real OC. Honestly, I think you need a new coach, but we can have that conversation later if you want.
I love how the last play had no chance. My God.
0 chance. 4 verticals and a comeback.
Dude, at the point he makes the decision to throw, I was like, he's not even close to open. Right?
You have 4 verticals in a cover 4.
There's no chance.
You literally had safeties just waiting there. All right, all 4 of these idiots are running right at us. There's nothing open here. God, dude.
No scheme. It was just 4 verts. I was like, dude, I'll call this in Madden. Again, another Madden play. So congrats, Patullo and Ben Johnson. One gets a win, one that gets fired. So
the only thing is that in Madden, that would have been a completion. So.
It probably would have. Yeah, it would. Yeah. It probably would have. Do you guys think Sirianni should lose his job?
It's hard to say that. He won the Super Bowl last year. He still makes it to the playoffs this year. It's bad optics to move on from your coach. If you move on from your coach, Sirianni, right now, then what coach would want to coach the Eagles? With what kind of job security?
It's a good point. Good point. I think my issue with Sirianni is not that he's I don't even mind Sirianni, but I think Sirianni being our head coach keeps putting us in the same predicament where it's been 5 years and 5 offensive coordinators because we can't keep a guy in the building because they get hired as a head coach and our head coach can't call plays and he can't design. This year he stepped in to fix the offense. Thank God Sirianni stepped in to fix the offense with Kevin Patullo. He didn't do shit. Like your head coach can't schematically help you in any way. And so I think that puts the Eagles in a really bad position where you just got to nail offensive coordinator every single year. Like Jalen Hurts has a new coordinator every single year of his career so far, going back to like college. And it's just it's just a bad. It's just I don't know. I think it's a bad position to put your team in, your quarterback in, and then you not only can you not schematically like do anything yourself, you've proven you can't even hire the right guy. The two guys that you brought on that were your boys, they both sucked. They both like didn't get a job after, and then you get forced Kellen Moore and, Shane Steichen was there for leftover from the Colts, and they're both great head coaches. And it's just, I don't know. I think if this happens one more time, the Eagles have to make a change. We can't do this.
Yeah.
Fucking Eagles, man. All right. Niners moving forward. No Kittle. I think Warner's going to try to come back. But they got a tough road ahead of them. I'm trying to bring up their thing here. They're away, right?
Yeah, at number 1 Seattle.
They are away. Yeah.
Like unbiased aside, Warner should not come back. Like, do not rush back from an injury like that.
Yeah.
Dude, he's like one of the best linebackers in the NFL. You want to prolong that career. Don't come back for this injury riddled team. Maybe if they were full power, he would, but it just doesn't make sense for him to come back.
Do you happen to know the opening line for that game? I feel like it's going to be
-7.
heavy. Yeah.
-7.
That's crazy in the playoffs. That's wild.
It is, but I honestly, if I was an oddsmaker, I would have put it probably at 6, but it's not like it's a big difference.
The second round of playoffs, like that's crazy.
Yeah. But hey, man, division rival, you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I'm confident we're gonna win. Still nervous about the game.
We got you, bro. Listen, guys, I'm a big Seahawks and Broncos fan this Sunday. I'm going for your teams. I want to see, if I can't have it, I want to see you guys have it. All right.
Like, I want a Super Bowl 48 rematch.
Oh yeah. Oh God. If you guys see,
that would be great.
I haven't even thought about that possibility. I haven't even thought of the fact that you guys could be in the Super Bowl together. God, I've been so blinded by the Eagles' incompetence. All right. Pats, Chargers, great game here. Chargers really showed up the way they always do in the playoffs. I mean, just a classic Chargers playoff battle. They put up 3 points in their opening game. Big performers here, Derek.
Yeah, I'm going to start off with Omarion Hampton, 1 carry for -1 yards. But really, there's no one on the Chargers to say they had a big game. It was all New England from start to finish, and even them. Then it was Drake May, 268, touchdown and a pick. He also had 66 yards rushing. Ramondre Stevenson is your leading receiver with 3 catches and 75. It's really all about that defense. They're just shut down and smothered the Chargers. They had no answers for that defense.
6 sacks, 11 hits on Justin Herbert, held to 159 yards, and a strip sack late. I mean, that defense was fantastic. If you love old school football and if you love games that finish 3-6, Texans Patriots is for you next week. It's going to be fantastic. But Pats advance. They win their first playoff game in nearly 7 years. It's official. The Patriots are back. Mike Vrabel, it can't be said like enough what he's done in 1 freaking year for the Pats. Like 1 year. And here they are heading to the divisional round of the playoffs with the number 1 seed or number 2 seed eventually, right? Number 2 seed, MVP candidate is quarterback, suffocating defense. Like, props to Vrabel. I think whatever happens moving forward, it's all house money because just rebuilds don't happen this quickly. And regardless if you're a Pats fan, you're excited. I mean, look, this is what Derek said. Leading receivers were Ramondre Stevenson. There's so much work to do in this offense still as far as adding talent around your young MVP candidate. Like, I think the Patriots, it's all house money. It's all fun. And if you're a Chargers fan, man, it's just, I feel bad. I feel bad for you. They're the new Cubs. They're the new Chicago Cubs of the sports landscape. Just they're never actually going to do it. It might take 109, 110 years for this team to do it. Just because this is just what we're used to. You get to the playoffs and they wet the bed. That's what they do. Whether Harbaugh's the coach, whether Phillip Rivers is the quarterback, Doesn't matter. This is what they do.
I feel bad for the Chargers, like truly and it's hard to say as a Broncos fan because they're just cursed. I mean, the injuries to this offensive line,
Yeah,
was bad.
just feel for
It's
them.
bad.
Like Justin Herbert just got annihilated every time he dropped back to pass. He was just fighting for his
he's
life.
already hurt, by the way.
Yeah, he's already banged up with a hand injury. I mean, I felt for him. I mean, he just got murdered back there. And look, yes, this Pats defense is good, but I think it's more about how awful. You have the lowest rated offensive line in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, you got practice squad guys jumping in there to start. It's just they're so bad on that front because the Chargers. I mean, I said this in going into this game. This Chargers defense was no joke, and they did exactly. They shut down this Patriots offense. Like they weren't. Drake May wasn't getting anything. It was the score was 9-3. Like
6 for 17, 95 yards and a pick in the first half for Drake May.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, they took it to him. It was 9-3 in the fourth quarter. So I mean, they were 100% like still had a shot to win the game. But by the end of it, I just think the Chargers just didn't have. If they could have protected Justin Herbert just a little bit,
yeah,
I think the Chargers win this game.
Yeah,
I mean, we're talking about the next game. I think the Texans defense is a whole nother step up ahead. I think they're gonna also embarrass Drake May. He's gonna have, and they're violent. The Texans defense is violent. Like you said, it's house money from here. I mean, I see if CJ Stroud doesn't play like ass, then Houston has this one in the bag, in my opinion, because the Chargers defense wreaked havoc against Drake May and this Patriots offense.
Herbert in the playoffs so far in his career, 0 for 3 in postseason starts, 13 sacks and 5 turnovers in those games, in 3 games. It's just, and there's more nuance to it. Like this year, in the grand scheme of like his legacy, no one's going to talk about how he lost both all-pro tackles and their rookie stud running back wasn't healthy enough to take more than 2 carries. Like no one's going to talk about that, but yet this is how quarterback legacies are built. There's really no excuses. You win or you don't in the playoffs, and that's kind of how it's built. I still see I think I still saw some growth from him this year. I think he's incredibly tough. I think he did everything you could have expected him to do. The fact that the Chargers in the playoffs is weird. We kind of wrote them off with the injuries. It's just I think I think even maybe the Ravens put up a bigger fight in this one. They maybe didn't belong here, but either way, here they were. They get their asses kicked by the Patriots. Patriots move on. Guys, let's talk about this last game. Texans 30, Steelers 6. Texans really put it away late in disrespectful fashion. Just the defense throwing haymakers to close out what ended up being maybe the close of some historic careers. Like they may have put to bed Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers in the same game and just put them away. Like the last game they're going to remember is getting their ass kicked by the Texans, D'Amico Ryans and that defense. Big performers here. Your boy DK, maybe?
Yeah, he valiantly came back from his 2-game suspension and put up two catches and 42 yards with a drop. Man, that was awesome. So
him and his boy AJ Brown.
There's the Steelers pretty much played exactly how we thought they would play from the entire season. Yep. And this game was 7-6 going into the fourth quarter, ends up 30-6, courtesy of the Texans defense, 2 pick sixes. I would be remiss to say that Woody Marks also had himself a great game, 112 yards, a TD. He looked spry. He kind of had that thing where he just ended every game hurt. So I'm glad he was able to get through this one. According to Stephen A. Smith, Charlie Kirk had 8 catches, 144 yards, and a TD. So way to come back from the dead, buddy. But no, CJ Stroud, man. The game, as much as you want to say it's about Aaron Rodgers' last game, this game really is about CJ Stroud and how you could just fuck up as much as you can. This guy has a pick and 5 fumbles. 5 fumbles.
A red zone
Okay.
pick.
Yeah. And he loses 2 of them, recovers 3 of them. But like, come on, man. Like I said earlier, like, who would you take, Bryce Young or CJ Stroud? That whole quarterback class is kind of a mess. It's them and Anthony Richardson. Bryce Young, the Panthers actually made the right pick.
Yeah, after it's all said and done, they might have made the right pick.
But like, hey, CJ Stroud, don't waste this defense. You know, turn into Trent Dilfer if you have to. Okay, just don't put the ball in harm's way, and you're gonna give your team a shot to win this whole thing.
Yeah, he is playing as scared as any quarterback I've ever seen. He's just like jumping around, breaking the pocket when he doesn't need to. When he climbs the pocket, I've never used this word, and I remember old guys used to use it, and I used to think, what the fuck is that word? But I feel like I understood it watching CJ Stroud play, and he pussyfooted around. I don't know if you ever heard that, but that's just what I thought when I heard of him. Like, bro, that's what pussyfooting is. The way CJ Stroud operates in the pocket. He's just, I don't know if he got ruined by those first couple of years of just literally having to, run around, but he just looks terrified back there. He looks terrified.
He does.
Yeah, I mean, this Texans O-line has been rough in the past, and they're honestly not as bad as they used to be.
No,
so
they had a 100-yard rusher.
Yeah, you had Woody Marks rush for over 100 yards. So I mean, they're not as bad as it used to be. I've never been a believer in CJ Stroud. Like, he had the one and done year, good, and even that year was okay. Like, he was the best of mid rookie quarterbacks that year. I think CJ Stroud's going to hold this team back. I think you give him. We got to see what he does next year, because if he does this again, you got to look at that quarterback, because this defense is unreal. I mean, shout out to D'Amico Ryans. I had you as the worst rated coach going into the playoffs.
You did.
And won a playoff game every time he's been in the playoffs, by the way.
Yeah. He took it to ended Mike Tomlin's career in Pittsburgh. So I mean, but the score was 7-6 in the fourth quarter. I mean, let's be for real. 5 fumbles. CJ Stroud has been just awful. And again, if he just doesn't suck, I like the Texans over the Patriots in the next round. But I don't know. We saw what this Patriots defense did to Justin Herbert, and they are significantly better than the Pittsburgh Steelers.
So the one thing he has done well this year is not turn the ball over. So like what he did, like just dropping snaps, was kind of out of character for him. I think if he could take care of the ball, and this running game is so important to this team. Woody Marks is so important to this team. If they could, that's their formula for success moving forward. They gotta just let the defense be the star. Listen, a punt isn't the worst thing, obviously. A punt is not worse than 5 fumbles and a red zone pick. Just punt the ball. That's fine. Just punt the ball. Win each game with less than 20 points. It doesn't matter. In the playoffs, it's all about find a way to win the next game in advance. That's all that matters. And I think that has to be their formula moving forward. And this Texas defense, man, 2 of 14 on third down were the Steelers. And it was swarming. They get there with 4 down linemen. So they don't have to blitz anyone. Just Daniel Hunter and those boys and Will Anderson, they just win. And that was the Eagles formula last year, beating the Chiefs. It's a proven method, and I think it's going to give Drake May real fits next week. And I can't wait for that game. But yeah, CJ Stroud. No, you ask your boys a question. I would have okay. How do I say this even? I mean, is it crazy to say? Would it be the craziest thing for D'Amico Ryans to look at this defense and think, I have the best defense left in the playoffs, in a playoff full of great defenses, and I have a real chance of making a run here. There's no juggernauts. I just need better quarterback play, and I have a guy sitting behind my young quarterback who can take care of the ball, who can operate the red zone, who can get the ball to the playmakers, and who doesn't fumble the fucking snaps every 5 seconds.
When you put it that way, bro, it's not crazy. And I know, Terrell, you said that they're better with Davis Mills, and I laughed. Bro. But, like,
I did too.
Look, man, you're playing for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Anything is on the line. You have 53 men on this roster. You know, you want to put the best product on the field. And if that's what you truly think, I want D'Amico Ryans to go for it. Like I don't want him
so much
to
respect for him.
stay loyal to CJ Stroud. I do realize the backfire you might get. Well, what if if you put in Davis Mills and he plays just like CJ Stroud? I was like, well, see, that's what you get for putting in a backup quarterback. But like at the same time, you're not.
You already had that play. Though. I'm saying like,
yeah.
Look, I'm glad you guys are on the train now because I've been saying this for months now.
You're right.
Davis Mills, you are better off with him at quarterback. I mean, he beat the Bills and the Jags. Like there's not two better teams that CJ Stroud beat in the rest of their 9-game stretch.
Right.
I mean, you went 3-0 with Davis Mills as a quarterback. I don't understand. You can clearly play him. Again, there wasn't anybody. I think the Chiefs were the best team that CJ Stroud beat. So you got to go with Davis Mills as a quarterback.
I would do it, man.
There's no big. He doesn't turn the ball over. He makes the right reads, and he put up points on the board. He put up points against the Bills. Put up points against the Jags.
Yeah.
They were down 3 touchdowns, I think, in the fourth to start the fourth quarter against the Jags, and came back and won the game. So, I would go with Davis Mills in this one, 100%.
I would too. It's just nothing's a given in the NFL. It's a great defense, and it could literally all fall apart next season. And injuries could tear it down, and who knows? That's the NFL is. You're never guaranteed a second shot at this thing, and this might be the best shot he has in his coaching career with this defense, a decent offensive weapons with those young guys. Like those young guys are studs. Noel and Higgins, and I'm missing one of them. Oh, Christian Kirk had a big game. I think they'll probably be without Nico Collins here, so that might be rough. He literally bounced off his head, and he probably won't play. But I'd do it, man. I'd put in Nico Collins. I'd put in Davis Mills and roll with it. I think he has enough job security there where he can make that kind of move. And honestly, do you think the players are mad here? The players aren't stupid. Yeah. The players see what's happening.
It's tough.
It would be a very ballsy move to make.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. Make the call right now. Make the call right now, Derek.
I love it when you ask in the group chat. You're like, do you bench CJ Stroud? Like he literally just threw a touchdown at that point. But like, honestly, now that you like laid it out there for me, if I'm D'Amico Ryans,
make the call.
I think you do it. I think you do it.
Damn. But if you bench him though, is he done in Houston?
Oh man, yeah.
Can you bring him back?
No, I don't think
you can't even bring him back.
I don't think he's done, but I think you gotta let him. You gotta let him compete at that point. You gotta let him compete for the starting job.
It's a quarterback competition going into camp next year. Him and Davis Mills.
I mean, it's either him and Davis Mills, or you even look at bringing somebody in, to compete too as well.
That's funny.
Yeah,
the quarterback that they got while like losing all those games, or that was playing that was losing all those games, is the guy that we're suggesting that they go to.
Listen,
right?
man,
they lost all those games. They got CJ Stroud because of it, and then we're suggesting to go back to that quarterback.
Listen, our eyes see what they see, and right now it's CJ Stroud pussyfooting around in that pocket.
They were 3-5 with CJ Stroud before the injury.
Yeah, inaccurate. Not taking care of the ball. Like I think maybe if you don't make the call pre-game, I think you at least have it on your back pocket here.
Short leash.
Yeah. If it starts getting away from you, like, all right, I'm putting Davis Mills in just to protect the ball and convert on third down and not turn it over in the red zone. Like, all right, boys, that's all 6 games. We have our divisional opponents. The number 1 seeds now enter the picture, and we got a full slate of games on Saturday. We have, and look at Bills Broncos. Is that kicking us off?
Kicking us off 1:30.
Yeah, Bills Broncos rematch of that the last time Bo Nix stepped on a playoff field. So I know Bronco fans want it. I know that is the monster in their closet in the form of Josh Allen. Can't wait to see that one. They got blown out, right? Last time?
Yeah. Beat down.
Denver -1.5 is what it's at right now. So we'll see how far the Broncos truly have come. And if the Bills have, I think the Bills are a worse team than they were last year. So let's see. Let's see what happens. The nightcap of that one is Seahawks Niners, 5 o'clock. Your boy Divu will be thoroughly stressed out, I'm sure. And it's all about Sam Darnold to me. The only way the Seahawks lose this game is if Sam Darnold wets the bed.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, yes. If he wets the bed, yes. We have proven to be able to win games, even if he does have 1 to 2 turnovers. So he's got a little leeway. But what's really come down in the last stretch of the season is our run game. Keep feeding the ball to Walker and Charbonnet. We have an impressive offensive line that honestly kind of imposes their will as the game goes on. So
I want to see that from both your teams. I need to see that from the Seahawks and the Broncos. Both the Bills gave up a ton of yards to the Jags on the ground, Travis Etienne's day, and then Barkley was the one offensive player for the Eagles who had a good game. And so I want to see Ken Walker, Charbonnet go off, and I want to see whoever the hell Sean Payton chooses as their RB1 this week.
Yeah, I mean, I think I want Jaleel McLaughlin to start, but we'll see. But RJ Harvey has to do something in the run game. We got a lot of weapons. We won't have J.K. Dobbins back this week, but we win the game. We win this week. J.K. Dobbins will be back in the AFC Championship game, and that'll be huge.
I love a divisional game divisional game in the divisional round. Seahawks Niners. I love that. Let's go to Sunday's slate real quick. Patriots Texans at noon. That should be a good one. Defensive struggle. Probably not gonna get too many points out of that one, but we talked about the intricacies of both of those teams and how they like to play. And then Bears Rams, I think, is going to be a freaking shootout. Even with the cold weather, I think these teams are going to fly up and down the field, and we're going to get another great finish. Bears being at home, I think it's going to mean something, but we won't make picks yet. Guys, we're in the middle of the playoffs, and it's been awesome so far. I'm excited to see you guys now join the fight. Your two teams come off that bye week, and now jump in here. Let's see what you guys are all about. We always got to wonder if that week of rest made you rusty or just rested, and so looking forward to seeing it as well. That's all we have for today, recapping a wild card weekend. Everything now looking forward toward divisional round, and then, of course, championships and on to the Super Bowl. Guys, thanks for joining me on this one. Have a good night, and we will see you again later on this week. Peace.
Peace.